I didn't see anything on her. I think she was.
Yeah.
May 16th, 2024.
All right, I have 6:30. We will go ahead and call the meeting to order. Madam Clerk, please take roll.
Ronnie Bush.
Here.
Samuel Newton. Luann Hayes.
Here.
Casey Anthony. William Hadley.
Here.
Jim Hart.
Present.
Kurt Copeland.
Here.
Adam Modero.
Here.
Larry Jogers.
Here.
Brooke Deininger.
Here.
Scott Helms.
Present.
Jackie DeMeester.
Here.
Nicole Baker.
Present.
Steve Frick.
Present.
Brian Brandt.
Present.
Tim Whalen.
Yes, ma'am.
14 present, 2 absent.
Very good. Mr. Jogers, would you lead us in the prayer, and Mr. Frick, the pledge?
Dear Heavenly Father, tonight we invite you into this meeting to guide us with your wisdom in every issue we discuss and vote on for the citizens of this county. We are forever grateful for your help and guidance. Help us bring you honor in all that we do and say. We love you because you first loved us, and we look forward to your Son's return. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before I ask for an approval of the agenda, I would just ask all board members to please make sure they have their microphones pulled up in front of them. Make sure the light is lit on the microphone itself, and when you speak, please speak directly into them. Is there a motion to approve the agenda? By Mr. Brandt, is there a second?
I'll second.
By Mrs. Hayes. Is there any discussion on the agenda? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Is there any item on the consent agenda that any board member would like to have removed? Mr. Hadley.
Yes, I would like to have C and D removed, and then when we get to it, I'll explain why I removed them.
Very good. Anyone else? If not, is there a motion to approve A and B?
So moved.
By Mr. Copeland, is there a second?
Second.
By Mr. Hart, any discussion on A and B? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take roll.
Kurt Copeland.
Here. Yes.
Adam Modero.
Aye.
Larry Jogers.
Aye.
Brooke Deininger.
Aye.
Scott Helms.
Aye.
Jackie DeMeester.
No.
Nicole Baker.
Aye.
Steve Frick.
Yes.
Brian Brandt.
Aye.
Tim Whalen.
Yes.
Ronnie Bush.
Aye.
Samuel Newton.
Aye.
Luann Hayes.
Aye.
William Hadley.
Yes.
Jim Hart.
Yes.
14A, 1 nay. Motion carries.
All right, very good. Is there a motion to approve C and D?
So moved.
By Mr. Jogers, is there a second?
Second.
By Mr. Whalen. Discussion. Mr. Hadley?
Yes, two things. Last month, when, last month, when Mr. Brandt removed the lawnmower, and we talked about that, a constituent called me and wanted to know what these HDs, and I said they're highway department action items. And I told them that when I was county board chairman, we used to put these action items on a consent agenda, and he kind of apparently knows things about government, because he said that there was a government body in the suburbs that got penalized for putting too much stuff on the consent agenda. The consent agenda is supposed to be used for general stuff, And I told him, I said, as chairman, I used to put this stuff on, but he does make a lot of sense. So he called me today and he wanted to know what the 2 items were, and I told him what the 2 items were. And so maybe we might have the state's attorney look in to see what we can actually really put, you know, not tonight, but down the road to look to see what we can actually put on the consent agenda. I knew when it came out that UCCI told us what we could put on, but I can't remember that. It was at one time the municipalities had had that law on the books where the counties never did. And so these are 2 big items, and to be transparent, I do have a couple of questions that Dale could step up on these issues. Not all 4 of them, but I just want to get a couple of questions answered.
Sure.
Thank you, Chairman.
You're welcome. Thank you, Dale.
Sure. Yes, Bill?
Yeah, thank you, Dick. On the award bid to Helms Group, I see you had an estimate of 1.9 million, and they come in at approximately 1.487. My question is, how many people bidded on this project? I'm just curious.
2.
Oh,
I think Martin was the other one.
okay.
They were between the 1.4 and 1.9 someplace.
So Helms was the lowest, or Martin, or?
No, Helm was lowest.
Okay, well, I'm happy to see that, the huge savings there. The next question was on the cab and chassis. The bid price was at 55. How many people bidded on this?
We only had 1.
And that was, okay. Did we look at the state bid by any chance?
I think we did, but we had a public opening. We advertised and we had public opening on our bid.
Okay, that's all I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else for Mr. Rasmussen before he steps down? All right, thank you, Dale. Any other discussion on C and D? If not, Madam Clerk, please take roll.
Larry Jogers.
Aye.
Brooke Deininger.
Aye.
Scott Helms.
Aye.
Jackie DeMeester.
Aye.
Nicole Baker.
Aye.
Steve Frick.
Yes.
Brian Brandt.
Aye.
Tim Whalen.
Yes, ma'am.
Ronnie Bush.
Aye.
Samuel Newton.
Aye.
Luann Hayes.
Yes.
William Hadley.
Yes.
Jim Hart.
Aye.
Kurt Copeland.
Aye.
Adam Modero.
Aye.
15A, 0 nay. Motion carries.
All right, very good, thank you. Is there any public comment tonight? Okay, seeing none, we'll move into executive session 5 ILCS 120/2C6. Real estate matters, the setting of a price for sale or lease of property owned by the public body. Is there a motion to go into executive session? Mr. Frick, is there a second?
Second.
And Mr. Hart, any discussion? Madam Clerk, please take roll.
Steve Frick.
Yes.
Brian Brandt.
Aye.
Tim Whalen.
Yes, ma'am.
Ronnie Bush.
Aye.
Samuel Newton.
Aye.
Luann Hayes.
Yes.
William Hadley.
Yes.
Jim Hart.
Aye.
Kurt Copeland.
Aye.
Adam Modero.
Aye.
Larry Jogers.
Aye.
Brooke Deininger.
Aye.
Scott Helms.
Aye.
Jackie DeMeester.
Aye.
Nicole Baker.
Aye.
15A, 0 nay. Motion carries.
All right, very good, thank you. Nate, is the camera off? Can you tell me when we're back on, please?
Who has the map that I gave them?
This one?
No,
Colored one. I think Andrea has it though.
Oh, does she? You have the map that I passed out? Yeah, that's the only one I got.
All right, we just came out of executive session, no action was taken. The next item is action out of executive session, approval of offer made on lots 2 and 5 of Millrace Crossing. Mr. Whalen.
I would like to move that we approve the proposed pricing on contracts of purchase vacant land in Millrace Crossing Lot 2 and Lot 5, the amount specified on the current contract of purchase, with the addition of changing on both contracts for Lot 5 and Lot 2. On page 3,
Could you use your microphone, Mr. Whalen?
sorry, Mr. Chairman. You got me?
Oh, I did.
It's on.
There we go.
I can see it. So on item number 28, optional standard clauses, item B, utilities, that item 1 there be changed to indicate that the county will not be responsible for any further utility development to these parcels.
Very good, thank you. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Joger. Stay in discussion. Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take roll.
Tim Whalen,
Yes, ma'am.
Ronnie Bush,
Yes.
Samuel Newton,
Aye.
Luann Hayes,
No.
William Hadley,
Yes.
Jim Hart,
Aye.
Kirk Copeland,
Yes.
Adam Modero,
Aye.
Larry Jogers,
Aye.
Brooke Deininger,
No.
Scott Holmes,
Aye.
Jackie DeMeester,
No.
Nicole Baker,
Aye.
Steve Frick,
Yes.
Brian Brandt.
Aye.
12A, 3 nay, motion carries.
Very good, thank you. Sheriff Stovall, would you like to come up, please? We have the recipient of the Illinois Sheriff's Association Scholarship.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, board members. Each year, the Illinois Sheriff's Association awards at least one $500 college scholarship to every sheriff's office throughout the state of Illinois to be awarded to a local student. This year, the Stephenson County Sheriff's Citizen Scholarship Committee selected Mallory Shepard of Lena as the recipient of the 2024 Stephenson County ISA Scholarship. Mallory is the daughter of Joe and Allison Shepard of Lena. She attends Lena Winslow High School and holds a 4.10 grade point average. She will attend Highland Community College this fall through the College Now program. Mallory plans on pursuing a degree in nursing, specifically in the allergen field. We congratulate Mallory on submitting such a well-written scholarship application and being the winning recipient of the 2024 Illinois Sheriff's Association Scholarship. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, sir.
Next, we have a presentation by Sinnissippi Centers. If you'd like to step up, ladies, please. Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you for having us.
You bet. If you'd like to introduce yourselves, please.
Yes. I'm Tiffany Chander. I'm the Freeport Area Office Manager at Mississippi.
And I'm Connie Davis. I'm the Director of Outpatient Services at Mississippi. Mississippi was founded in 1966 in a two-story house in Dixon, Illinois. Some 57, almost 58 years later, we are currently have 6 offices in 5 counties, including Stephenson County. Excuse me. We started in Stephenson County with a contract with DCFS where we provided services trying to keep families together that are involved with DCFS called Intact. And many of these families needed therapy and counseling services. So we rented space to provide that therapy and counseling to the clients that we were seeing during that program. We found that there is enough business for many of us to share and to help this community. So we decided to plant roots and expand the office. We're now in our third expansion of the office space that we rented some 3 years ago. So just to give you a rundown of the services that we provide, it's kind of a threefold system. We provide mental health, substance abuse services, and community support services. So under mental health, we do individual family counseling, we do education, relationship counseling, life skills. We see ages from, sometimes we'll see 2-year-olds, mostly 3 on up. We provide early childhood mental health, and we are expanding that service even more within the next 3 to 5 years. Under substance abuse, we offer intensive outpatient groups, DUI evaluations, risk education, family education, aftercare or continuing care, medication assistance recovery, and that's where we provide medications or prescriptions to our clients that need that extra support to help quit the drug that they are taking. And ACA services, which is a specific services for transitional age youth that are transitioning into adulthood, and it's less about becoming sober, which is an important piece of it, but more about how to live life, because many of them stop maturing when they stop using and have no idea how to pay bills, how to rent an apartment, or any of those things. So that's what the ACA program focuses on. We provide psychiatric services to all of our clients that are interested. We offer many specialized services, including anger management, dialectical behavioral therapy, divorcing parent education, domestic violence intervention services. We are certified PAPE with the state of Illinois. We treat dual diagnoses. We have 2 recovery homes, a men's home and a woman's home. And we are looking to expand to a 3rd one that is open to all individuals, doesn't have to necessarily even be our clients. We also have residential apartment living for clients who have significant mental health concerns and are not able to live on their own. They need that supportive living piece. We have community support team. We provide community crisis response teams, so if something happens where there's a crisis at a work site or a job site or in a school, we can go in and provide services to that entire agency. Let's see, we offer peer support to our mentally ill clients, and we also do youth and adult mental health first aid trainings. We are starting here in Freeport a family advocacy center, which again is focused mostly on families that are DCFS involved, and they are learning parenting skills and living skills. We are beginning the process of starting a youth community support team, which is reaching out in the community for our youth up to the age of 18. So this is truly just a really brief list of the things that we do. One more thing I forgot to mention, I just saw it on my list, is we are doing school-based services in all of our counties and are looking to expand that into Stephenson County next school year. We base our services on a sliding fee scale that is based on the client's income, so we try to be affordable to everyone within our areas. So as I was saying, this is just a brief list of the services that we provide. But we did a video 2 years ago, I think it was, that kind of talks a little bit more about who Sinisippi is and the type of people that work there and who we want to help. So if you will bear with me for a little over 6 minutes, I'd like to show that video.
The reason that I work at Mississippi is because I was looking for a place that was going to promote professional growth and a place where I could feel supported in kind of achieving my own personal goals as well. And after doing research and talking with other people who had started to work here, it felt like it was going to be the best fit for me.
I work at Mississippi because of the work that everyone here does and the impact that it has on our clients. I previously came from a radio station. It was a really fun job, and people love their entertainment, and it is important to them, but I felt like it wasn't significant enough. It wasn't substantial enough. So when the opportunity came to come to Mississippi, I really liked the idea that we would be having such an impact on people's lives, helping them out with their substance use disorders and mental illnesses and other things that we do, and I think that was very important to me at the time.
When I was in 5th grade, the first time my first experience with suicide, and it was a classmate, so a 10-year-old kid, and then in the same school year, my adult cousin also died by suicide. Both cases on the surface were made out to be very circumstantial, momentary lapses of judgment. And at 10 years old, that was good enough for me as an explanation. But as I got older and started seeing it more and more in the world, I needed to understand more of why this happens. And then it became more of a, how can I intervene and what would that take? So, if possible, I thought I'd best apply myself to helping people.
I like to help clients and staff become the best versions of themselves and grow with what they like to do.
I always had a passion to help people. I actually wanted to start out in nursing, and that didn't work out. So being in social work allows me to help people on a lot of different levels. I can help advocate for their needs, help them in their recovery, help link them to other needed resources that they need to help in their recoveries.
It's kind of funny because you would think, marketing, what is the impact? Well, we might get more clients in, we might get more referral sources, but the real impact and what made my day one time and my week and my year is I was at an open house, I believe it was, at our Rochelle office. And they said to me, Andy, the client wants to talk to you. And I thought, oh, well, this could be a complaint or, what's going on or what's the problem or what's the issue. And so I went to talk to the client, and she told me that she heard me on the radio. I do a live radio appearance every month on the Rochelle radio station. And she says, I was having troubles, and I was thinking about suicide, and I heard the 800 number, and I called it, and I got help. And that, like I said, made my day, it made my week, it made my year. And that is the reason when I get the privilege to hear client stories like that about what is the impact of marketing, that is the impact of marketing. That somebody can find out about us, seek the help they need, and get on to the road to recovery, and that's just incredible.
Despite what people experience, what choices they've made, what family environment they grew up in, what diagnosis they've been labeled with, at the end of the day, helping people recognize that they're worthy and deserving of having healthy and safe connections with other people is so foundational to joy, happiness, whatever other words you want to put in that.
Because I love what I do. I love my coworkers, and we're able to joke and have a good time throughout the day. I get excited to see my clients and what they have going on. It's just a great place to work.
I get out of bed in the morning and come to work here to support the mission and values that we have. I do enjoy working with the population that I serve. I enjoy the people that I work with every day, and I enjoy the connections that we have in the community to help positively impact people's lives. I chose Mississippi in the first place because my interview experience in the Rochelle office was actually very comfortable and warming. With HR and a supervisor and some of the clinicians in there, I didn't feel overwhelmed. I felt very comfortable. I've stuck with Mississippi because every supervisor I've had, everybody that I've worked with has been welcoming and warming throughout different offices and positions. People have helped me grow in my career from going from bachelor's degree to a master's degree, and then going on to get licensed. I just feel like there's a lot of pieces to Mississippi that truly help people personally and professionally.
It's kind of the client-first mentality that is very genuine about the agency, and I really appreciate that. And but then also the employees' mental health is a huge deal as well.
It's been a while since I've seen that. It kind of tears me up. I'm sorry. So I don't have anything further. Do you guys have any questions for us?
Ma'am, is any of the programs faith-based?
No. No, being a community mental health center, we don't discourage it, and we talk to our clients about it. I personally have referred a couple of clients to faith-based because they do feel that they would benefit more from that than what I can provide them or our staff can provide them.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you plan on opening additional facilities here? You said there's some new programs that you'll be doing in Freeport.
As far as opening a facility, no, probably not here in Stephenson County at this point, but definitely expanding. We're close to running out of space where we're at. We're hoping we can stay there another year or two, but we're definitely, in our 5-year plan is to have our own building and have more services and more clinicians, and that is our 5-year plan.
Well, thank you.
They've already beat my first 5-year plan, so I had to do a new one. Anything else? I really appreciate your time and attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. All right, next we have a proclamation, the approval of resolution proclaiming National Travel and Tourism Week and Economic Development Week. Andrea Schultz-Winter from GFP is here. And Andrea, if you'd like to come up and read the proclamation, please.
Just talking a little business development right there.
And Nicole Haas. Thank you.
Thank you. Whereas economic development and tourism promote economic well-being and quality of life for their communities by creating, retaining, and expanding jobs that facilitate growth, enhance wealth, and provide a stable tax base. And whereas economic development and tourism fuel industry and will continue to be an essential part of Freeport and Stephenson County's economy, development, and workforce as an essential industry that leads to economic growth, benefits businesses, and fosters mutual understanding. And whereas economic development and tourism enable success for all industries, including manufacturing, agriculture, defense, healthcare, and more, by driving sales growth, innovation, education, and operations that move our economy, our nation, and Freeport and Stephenson County forward. And whereas economic development and tourism stimulate and incubate entrepreneurism in order to help establish the next generation of new businesses, which is the hallmark of American economy. And whereas economic development and tourism are engaged in a wide variety of settings, including rural and urban, local, state, provincial, and federal governments, public and private partnerships, education, and a variety of other institutions. And whereas economic development and tourism attract and retain high-quality jobs, develop vibrant communities, and improve the quality of life in their regions, and whereas economic development and tourism support vibrant and safe communities in Freeport and Stephenson County by generating state and local tax revenue to support essential services such as education, emergency response, public safety, and more. And now therefore be it resolved that we, the Greater Freeport Partnership, ask Stephenson County Board Chairman Scott Helms to proclaim May 6th through 10th, 2024 as National Economic Development Week and May 19th through 25th, 2024 as National Travel and Tourism Week in Stephenson County, and urge the citizens to join us in recognizing the critical role these industries play in the sustainability and growth of our region.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nicole, did you have anything you wanted to say?
I think that was enough words.
All right. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Mr. Bush, is there a second?
Second.
By Mr. Hart, any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much. Before us, we have 10 appointments. Would the board like to take these individually or all together? Mr. Frick?
I would make a motion to approve all of the fire department reappointments, because all 8 of them are reappointments. I move to do that all in one motion.
Okay.
Second.
There's a second by Mr. Hart. Is there any discussion on Mr. Frick's motion? Okay. Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, and for the other 3, I believe, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Mr. Copleen, second by Ms. Deininger. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, those pass as well. I'll try to be as brief as I can about the chairman's report. We will have a deadline of May 31st for anyone that would like to sign up for the 7 strategic planning subcommittees. On June 3rd, we will begin scheduling meetings for those committees and for those individuals that wanted to participate. So I thank all of those that have signed up so far. I also want to mention that May is Law Enforcement Appreciation Month. I just want to read something real quick that I found. This annual month of recognition was created to unite in remembrance of those who made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty, to honor current and former officers, and to extend support to law enforcement personnel and their families. It's also an occasion for citizens to express gratitude to the dedicated individuals who safeguard our communities while facing the inherent risks of police work. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, law enforcement ranks consistently among the top 10 most hazardous jobs in the United States. In 2021 alone, the nation mourned the loss of 159 officers, with approximately 40% of those fatalities resulting from assaults or homicides and another 40% from transportation incidents. I personally can't stress enough how important it is for all of us as citizens of Stephenson County to support and thank the men and women who are in law enforcement and their families as well for all that they do to protect and serve. So, Sheriff Stoppel, thank you. Appreciate everything you and your department does. I will ask Mr. Louie to step up, our IT director, to briefly talk about the upgrades that will be happening soon, I believe, in this room. If you would, please.
So we had some constituents reach out asking for the quality of like our current board structure on YouTube to be upgraded. We are currently waiting on, as part of the circuit clerk grant and with this county boardroom being used as a courtroom 1 day a week, there were some enhancements that were involved in that grant that will be taking place in this room. So there's going to be nothing done from an IT standpoint until they come in. We're going to get a new camera system and a few other things, and when the audio gets tied into that, we're going to see where we're at once all of that's up and running, and then we'll be able to evaluate if all the issues have been alleviated or not. But I think it's just getting ahead of ourselves to go ahead and spend money for that right now until after those improvements are done. And then once we get those done, we'll reevaluate and see where we're at and make decisions from there. Anybody have any questions?
Mr. Whalen?
Mr. Louie, if you wouldn't mind, while we're going through the process of redoing this room, could we at least consider trying to come up with some money to paint the thing? This is the same color when I was on the board in 2006.
That would actually
I would just like same color walls.
That would be Sheriff Stovall.
Just asking.
Yes.
Sheriff Stovall.
I do think with
As you guys discuss it.
I do think with the enhancements, I think that's all part of the plan. So they're going to be in here drilling into the walls and everything else. So they're going to wait until all that's done. But again, I handle computers, not the paint colors. So.
All right.
Throwing that out there. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Hadley.
Yes, Nate, every so often, and I can't speak for the county clerk, maybe she gets complaints on Comcast. I remember getting complaints. I know the former county clerk, Vicky Odie, got complaints that they couldn't hear it on Comcast.
I will say we're kind of limited there with this enhancement and the cameras that are coming in. We will use the new cameras for Comcast, so hopefully that'll alleviate some of those issues as well.
You know, we have a good working relationship with Comcast. The chairman does too, and the gal will help us out in any way. You know, but are you going to be changing everything back there?
It will not change anything as far as like all of your mics will still be the same.
Oh, okay.
Because they can only touch things that were to deal with the courts as a part of the grant. But the cameras can be used for more than what the court is. So we're gonna have multiple cameras in here that we'll be able to do, and the audio will all be tied into that.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it's not an upgrade, it kind of is, and we just need to see where it lands once that's in. And the other thing with Comcast is they shut down some of their local offices, and a lot of those issues are on Comcast level because they have audio issues back in, like, we're in like some small colo location where they have everything, and the city's had some problems with the audio through Comcast as well. I've spoken with some of their technicians when we were having the issues, and we didn't have volume at all at one point, and they were able to do something at their location and fix it. So what I suggest we do is just wait until all the enhancements are done and see where we end up, because that we got a camcorder probably from late 80s, early 90s, it looks like. So we will get that gone, and we'll be upgraded to newer technology, and we'll just see where that puts us.
Actually, that was purchased during I was chairman, the assessor, Bob Gate purchased that.
Gotcha.
Got it really cheap somewhere.
We used to run it through a VCR, so.
All right, anyone else for Mr. Louie? Mr. Whalen.
And I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. I just want to give you kudos on the owl.
Oh, yeah.
That thing is fantastic.
I will say that suggestion came from our administrator. She was in some city meetings that used it. We just took their idea and ran with it. So yeah, it'd be ideal to use it here. The problem is we have a bigger setting, and it would be able to follow 18 people and be accurate. So, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to what we're gonna do and see where that lands. So.
All right, thank you, Mr. Louie.
Any other rooms need painted?
Sheriff, you raised your hand. Did you want to say something? All right.
No.
I will turn the rest of my time over to the county clerk. I think she has an update from her department as well.
The county clerk and recorder's office on Monday, we started the digitization project for the land records and the military DD-214s. We have 2 scanners in there, another kind of scanner, and 2 image machines. So this project started on Monday, and it is planning to wrap up mid-next week. So I invite any county board members or the public to come into the search room and see how the first phase of the project is going, where we will digitize the images, hundreds of thousands, and then the next step will be to enhance them, and then they will be accessible online.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, we will move on now to action items and information from the standing committees. First up is finance. Mr. Whalen. 3 action items?
Yes, 3, Mr. Chairman. The first one is the approval of the Ninja One renewal quote. and the number is $9,276.84. This is for the professional services that are used throughout the county computer programs and the Ninja ticketing system. So I would move to approve that as stated.
Great. Is there a second? Mr. Jones, any discussion? And I'm sorry, could you repeat the amount, Mr. Whalen?
$9,276.84.
Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Your second item, please.
All right, the second item is establishing the salary for the office of the county circuit clerk for the term of office beginning on December 1st, 2024, and ending November 30th, 2028. And without reading through the entire verbiage, we discussed it at committee, went back and forth and came up with the amounts. And this would, just as a side note, this will bring the circuit clerk's office in line with the county clerk's office and the treasurer's office in terms of dollars that each office manager or elected official that's running those offices is making. So on 12/1/24, we're recommending a salary of $86,000 even, 12/1/2025, $89,440, 12/1/2026, $93,017.60, 12/1/2027, $96,738.30. So do I need to read that further? We did also, just to clarify, the health insurance benefit contribution for the circuit clerk will move from, I believe it's 20% currently to 24% with this resolution. So I would move to accept that as presented.
Motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
And Mr. Hart, any discussion? Mr. Hadley, go ahead.
Yes, I would like to make an amendment, and when I get a second, I will explain what's going on. So I want to amend the first year, 2024, at $84,872, no cents.
That's your motion?
No, I'm moving along.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, $84,872 and no cents for 2024. For 2025, $87,418.16. 2026, $90,040.70. In year 27, $92,741.93. That's my motion to amend it.
Very good. Is there a second?
Second.
By Mr. Copeland. Mr. Hadley.
Yes. This would put the county clerk and the county treasurer in line because in 2024, the county clerk will make $84,872 and the treasurer will make $84,872 also, and in year 2. And they all got 3% increases during their time, where I fixed it where they're getting 3% increases. This would put them in line with the circuit, like I said, the county clerk and the treasurer. I went to UCCI and pulled up their pages to look at things. Out of 44 counties reporting, 26 counties actually pay the same to the county clerk, the county treasurer, and the circuit clerk. And I'll give you an example. 2 of our big counties in our area here would be Ogle County. They pay everybody $90,508. Whiteside County pays everybody $85,680. And listen to this, Will County, 600,000 people in Will County pays them all $93,122. I'm just trying to keep this in line, so a lot of counties already do it. Like I said, there's 44 counties reported in, 26 counties do it. The reason I changed it down to 3% is that the higher the salaries are, the more they're gonna get. And we have a lot of low salary employees, and so when we give them 4%, they're not gonna get those big increases like the elected officials. And I don't wanna get to the point where, at the rate that we're going, we could be up over $100,000 in 6 years, you know, and look at Will County, they're not even paying that much. So I did my research. Also, our county administrator's contract, she's getting 3% increases during her contract. I just thought it was a round number to come up with that. And also, when you look at, you know, we brought everybody up, you know, like I said, the county clerk, the treasurer, we brought them up. And, you know, the last time it was like a 22% increase for the county clerk the first year and a 29%. This would be about a 17% in line with them, and that there's 3% every year for them. So hopefully you join in this. It's not a big change, but it's going to save in the long run. It's going to save us a few dollars and keep it in line with our county clerk and our county treasurer.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hadley. Any other discussion on the amendment? Mr. Bush.
Well, I came up with 86,000 because I looked, as Mr. Hadley stated, I looked around, especially in our circuit, which is our district, like Carroll, Joe Davies, Lee, and Stephenson, and Oval. Oval is the closest as far as population-wise and circuit. Their circuit clerk is making $90,000, but the thing of it is, it's hard to compare to other counties because we don't know what the budget is, we don't know the revenue sharing is in that county. So, and then I look at UCII and looked at what they were saying. So, getting back to in 2020 when they made the raise, they gave the county clerk and the treasurer 22.5% increase and a 29% increase, but only gave the circuit clerk a 3%. So I went back through and started at 29%, worked my way down, and I figured 86 was right in the middle to come up with that number and to base it out in 4-year term. Now, in 2 or 3 more years, the county clerk and the treasurer are gonna come up again. So that's why I think that with 86, starting with 86,000 and going where we going is, I think it is in line. And then also too, we always talk about bringing people in and keeping people. I'm not saying we have to pay them our wages or salary, but we have to pay people for doing their job. So,
anything else, Mr. Bush?
That's it.
All right, Mr. Whalen.
One of the things, Mr. Chairman, when we discussed this at committee and looked at Mr. Bush's suggestions, we went back and forth, looked at different scenarios, and I appreciate the work that Mr. Hadley's put into this. I would concur with Mr. Bush's suggestion. One of the things that struck me as the fact that the county clerk, or the circuit clerk actually has 12 employees, where some of the other offices have quite a bit less than that. And so there's a lot more that she has to take on in that role. And this still is somewhat equivalent to where those other 2 offices are. So I don't see that it's that big of a discrepancy from 86 to 84. And I'm going to continue, I guess, to support what Mr. Bush brought forward and what the committee approved.
All right, Mr. Hart.
Mr. Hadley, it's the differential on year 1 is about what, $1,400? Is that correct? Approximately
about 1,100.
1,100. I think the bigger point of what Mr. Hadley is presenting is this just makes it completely equal for those 3 department heads, and it makes it equal going forward on an increase every year. It just seems to standardize it, make it simple, not have anyone in any different position. I don't see any big difference in the financial aspect. It's not reducing or increasing anything very much. It's just standardizing those department heads. And I agree. I mean, the circuit clerk does just a phenomenal job. You know, I couldn't say anything better, and I can't think of anyone that's more deserving of the increase. But again, I like the standardization and the simplified process here, without having to look again and say this person got 5%, this person got 3%, this person got 4%. It just makes it a lot easier, in my opinion, going forward. Thank you.
Mr. Jokers.
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Whalen kind of stole my thunder there, but I was looking at the number of employees there at the Finance Committee, and the circuit clerk has 12 people, county clerk's got 5 employees, and the treasurer has 2. So to me, that's really no comparison, because if you manage people before, and usually you have really good employees, but it still makes a lot more work. The other thing is, I think we are seeing another round of inflation going on, so I'm definitely in favor for some kind of raise for circuit clerk. So I'm going to go with the 86,000 and 4%. So thank you,
Mr. Hadley.
Yes, I just want to follow up. If you look at her salary now, it's $72,531. By the end of her term, she's going to be at $96,738. That is going to be almost a 25,000 increase from in a 4-year period. And instead of the 4%, I went with the 3% for the simple reason to keep it in line with all our other elected officials. Now in 2 years, they'll come back and say, well, cheaper, you know, we gave this person 4%. Now we want to give the county clerk and treasurer 4% for the next 4 years. When is this going to stop? You know, we're bleeding out some money, and I have some concerns that, you know, like I said, Will County, I'm not going to say it again, Will County is paying all their county clerk, their county treasurer, and their circuit clerk $93,122. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Ms. Steiniger.
I guess I would just say I understand that you continue to go back to Will County, but you also need to understand that inflation is not going to get any different. So when you have 12 employees to 5 employees to 2 employees, I believe that the circuit clerk needs to also get paid to manage her employees. However, Will County doesn't really have anything to do with us, Bill. So what we need to do is do the right thing for Stephenson County. And I understand that that's going to continue to go up, but unfortunately, everything is going up.
All right, any more discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take roll on the amendment only. And is everyone clear what the amendment is? All right, very good. Go ahead, please.
William Hadley.
Yes.
Jim Hart.
Yes.
Kurt Copeland.
Yes.
Adam Mottero.
Aye.
Larry Jogers.
No.
Brooke Deininger.
No.
Scott Holmes.
Aye.
Jackie DeMeester.
Aye.
Nicole Baker.
No.
Steve Frick.
Yes.
Brian Brandt.
Aye.
Tim Whalen.
No.
Ronnie Bush.
No.
Samuel Newton.
Aye.
Luann Hayes.
Yes. (10A) 5 nay. Motion carries.
Okay, so the amendment passed. Is there any other discussion on the original motion to approve? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take roll.
Tim Whalen.
Yes.
Ronnie Bush.
No.
Samuel Newton.
Aye.
Luann Hayes.
Yes.
William Hadley.
Yes.
Jim Hart.
Aye.
Kurt Copeland.
Aye.
Adam Mottero.
Aye.
Larry Jogers.
Aye.
Brooke Deininger.
Aye.
Scott Holmes.
Aye.
Jackie DeMeester.
Aye.
Nicole Baker.
Aye.
Steve Frick.
Yes.
Brian Brandt.
Aye.
14A 1 nay. Motion carries.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Whalen, your final action item, please.
Can I ask for a clarification on that, Mr. Chairman? The original motion was to approve the salaries that Mr. Bush put forth, was it not?
It was.
Oh, it was?
It was amended.
Voted 14-1 to pass that.
No.
You passed it. One at a time, please. The amendment passed, and the motion was to approve as amended.
Right.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome. Your final action item, please.
Final action item, approval of resolution for establishing a salary for the office of the coroner. That. And this would also be for the term beginning December 1st, 2024, and ending November 30th, 2028. Starting in 12/1/2024, we would establish a salary of $50,187. 12/1/2025 would be $52,696.35. 12/1/2026 would be $55,331.17. 12/1/2027 would be $58,097.73. We also made sure that the insurance contribution would move to 24% in that regard. So all that being said, I would move to approve this resolution as stated.
Thank you. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Jogers. Any discussion? Mr. Copeland, go ahead.
Sure. The Finance Committee was given the task to set wages for the circuit clerk and the coroner for the next 4 years. I researched some comparable coroner salaries of 8 counties, which I handed out, and Coroner Welch is here to answer any questions. The UCCI survey had limited information, and the salaries were extremely varied. There were multiple variables that I took into consideration in putting forth a starting salary and wage increases. There were a number of deaths, 24/7 availability of the coroner, and the skill set that is needed for the job. It was my personal opinion that the current salary of $45,625 is ridiculously low. It's a wonder that after several months of recruitment that an individual was found, Brian Helverson, and he agreed to run for the position of coroner. He will be the next coroner since there are no other candidates. I do not know Brian, but I thank him for filling a position that is so desperately needed. I've told several people that the current coroner salary, about the current coroner salary, and they look at me and exclaim, "Are you kidding?" I presented a salary of $62,500 for the position to the committee. That is a significant increase, but we are playing catch up. The potential amount was amended to $50,000, with myself voting no for the amendment. A point was made in the meeting that there are no qualifications for the position, and an 18-year-old could become coroner. This is true for many elected positions. But I do not know any 18-year-old graduating high school for main goal is to become a coroner. See, to entice a quality candidate to run for this office, the salary has to be reasonable. See, a coroner is on call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. I've seen the scenes that the coroner has to attend. The responsibility is overwhelming. The coroner has to determine, due to circumstances, if an autopsy is needed. He has to make arrangements to transfer the deceased. Most of all, he has to have empathy. Most likely he will be surrounded by loved ones and family in one of the most emotional times in their lives. Prior to determining the coroner's salary, the committee decided to give a raise of approximately $14,000 to the circuit court. I am not in contention that the clerk's position deserves that amount of raise, but when you give the coroner a raise of a little over $4,000, something does not appear to be right. With that being said, Chairman, I'm going to make a motion to amend the resolution for the future salary of the office of coroner to, beginning December 1st, 2024, $57,000. December 1st, 2025, $58,710. December 1st, 2026, $60,471.30. And December 1st, 2027, $62,285.44.
All right, is there a second to Mr. Copeland's amendment?
I second it.
By Mr. Hadley. Is there discussion on the amendment? Mr. Hart.
What percentage increases are those? Are those the same every year, Kurt?
It's 3%, yes.
3% every year. Okay.
Anything else, Mr. Hart?
I'm looking at this, and as someone else just said, we have to do what's right for our county, not any of the other counties. But in looking at this job and what the comparables are everywhere else, it does seem like we are grossly underpaying the coroner. It's certainly a job that not many people would want, and probably a job that not many people really could bring the skill set that's necessary and the background. I'm going to fully support Mr. Copeland's amendment, and I wonder if we might have the coroner come up and perhaps impart some information on us as to what the job entails and what his opinion of what this should look like is. Thank you.
Mr. Welch? Thank you.
Thank you. And I guess I don't have anything prepared for you here, but really when I started the coroner position, I was appointed, and I really did it out of the desire to serve the county in that position and start out. There was a heavy learning curve for me in taking the position. And quite honestly, when I first looked into the position and started to take it, I actually told my family that it would be a full-time commitment with a part-time hours. And that was really wrong, because it turned out to be many more hours than I actually was prepared for. And that is just given the hours that it needs attention to. Other than those, I don't want you to minimize that 24/7 on call. Because granted, I have other folks who can take some call time for me. But as the coroner, if something major happens, it's important that the coroner goes on those calls in our area. You know, if there's a homicide, if there's a suicide, if there's a crash, those type of things. The coroner themselves really needs to be at those types of calls as well. But now, I really am here more as an advocate for the position. You know that I am not running for the position. My intention was to be the bridge from where we were to where we're going. And I agree that we have been underpaying the position through the years. And I've actually been in your seat, and I've actually voted not to give a raise at one time. But that was a different circumstance. It was a different time and such like that. But the reality is, I really do confidently feel and advocate that we need to bring that level up for the commitment. Plus, let me tell you, the last few years I've been in the office, our numbers have been higher than they've ever been in the history of our county. And I have given charts and tried to update our committee on that regularly. So, but that should factor into this for you as well. Any questions, I'd be glad to ask or answer for you.
Mr. Hadley.
Todd, personally, I want to thank you. I appointed you. I want to thank you for the great job you've done over the years. We've been out many nights late, you and me, because I work for a local funeral home, and I've been on calls, and I've seen the situation you have to go through. And I know every funeral home in Stephenson County appreciates the job you do. And yes, I believe the salary needs to be increased, because it's a very, very difficult job. And I only get to see part of what you do, but I mean, it's a very difficult job. I wouldn't want it for the pay that you're getting now. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Coroner Welch.
Thanks,
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Any other discussion of Mr. Copeland's amendment? Mr. Whalen.
Mr. Chairman, I will just clarify for the rest of the board, when the committee discussed this, we started out, I think it was at 62, somewhere in the neighborhood. We came in at 5187, which is still a fairly substantial increase over what the current salary is. It increased it by 5% a year going forward to help mitigate someday the impact of that increase, at least in the short term, but to try and help catch up over more mid-time frame. And one of the points that was made during the discussion, not that to take away anything that Mr. Welch has done, or the fact that this individual is gonna be on call 24/7, but the fact that whoever takes the job knows that, right? So really, that shouldn't impact a decision on what their salary is. And I think that was the consensus of the committee at the time. If they're going into that job, they know they're gonna take X salary and have a 24/7 on-call situation. So, you know, again, that's a matter of opinion, I'm sure, for everybody. But it's, I thought that was a pretty, to consider. Anyway, that's how we ended up where we were. Thank you.
All right. Seeing no other discussion on the amendment, Madam Clerk, please take roll on the amendment only.
Kurt Copeland.
Yes.
Adam Modero.
Aye.
Larry Jogers.
Aye.
Brooke Deininger.
Aye.
Scott Holmes.
Aye.
Jackie DeMeester.
Aye.
Nicole Baker.
Aye.
Steve Frick.
No.
Brian Brandt.
Aye.
Tim Whalen.
No.
Ronnie Bush.
No.
Samuel Newton.
Aye.
Luann Hayes.
Aye.
William Hadley.
Aye.
Jim Hart.
Aye.
12A, 3 nay. Motion carries.
All right, very good, thank you. Any other further discussion on the original motion as amended? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take roll.
Tim Whalen.
Yes.
Ronnie Bush.
No.
Samuel Newton.
Aye.
Luann Hayes.
Aye.
William Hadley.
Yes.
Jim Hart.
Aye.
Kurt Copeland.
Aye.
Adam Modero.
Aye.
Larry Jogers.
Aye.
Brooke Deininger.
Aye.
Scott Helms.
Aye.
Jackie DeMeester. No. Nicole Baker.
Aye.
Steve Frick.
No.
Brian Brandt.
Aye.
12A, 3 nay. Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Whalen, any other information out of your committee?
No, sir, not at this time.
All right, we will then move on to public property and safety. Mr. Copeland, I believe you have a single action item.
Yes, Chairman. I have the approval of the bid from the Helm Group for the HVAC project at the courthouse and jail, and I will make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Deininger. Any discussion?
Sheriff Stoll is present.
Sheriff Stoll, do you have something you'd like to add?
I'll read 5 lines, and this should sum it up, as we do not want to beat a dead horse on this. Helm Mechanical's detailed scope of each of the 10 projects and pricing submitted appear fully acceptable to the engineer and county RFQ design build requirement. The scope appears to meet and even exceed the original scope presented in the RFQ. Helm Mechanical submitted project total cost was a bid of $2,072,411 for the 10 projects, 6 at the courthouse and 4 at the jail. This presented bid, as evaluated, is within less than 1% of the third quarter of 2023's engineering prices. This leaves room for the potential contingencies items that may be needed in this design. As I stated before, this is something that has to be done. If you're walking in the front of this building right now, it's about 20 degrees hotter or 10 degrees hotter than the rest of the building. At the time now is to take care of this.
That's only 5 lines.
Yep.
I think that might have been 10.
Any other discussion? Mr. Hadley.
I know you're all tired of hearing from me. Just a couple quick questions. I know we budgeted additional adding.
Could you please don't say the number? I think that would be reckless.
Okay.
Because if we have a contingency number out there that the Helm Group doesn't know, and we run into asbestos or a connection that was not foreseen as under pressure, we're going to have to take that out of the contingency. And if we give them a number of $2.50, I'm just afraid that any company would use that entire $2.50. So I wouldn't want to use the entire amount. What they know, what they have to bill us is the $2,072,411. I think it would be reckless to put out exactly what we actually have out there to spend, as you know.
Yeah, I'm just concerned, are we going to have enough,
I will make this work. You can depend on me.
Okay, good. You're doing a good job. Thank you very much. The second question is, throughout the paperwork it says owners training included. Now this would be your maintenance people. my next question, and the Chairman Helms, we had discussed possibly, down the road, maybe in 2025, whatever, looking at a facility director. If we, you were involved and public property safety was involved, would Helms Group be willing to give them training too if we hire somebody on maybe a year from now or something like that?
I can't speak for them, but I would definitely do all I could to make sure that their technicians would know whoever was in charge of making sure that our equipment works would be able to train them. I would do all I could.
Yeah, because I see it through here, and I just, hopefully they, if we did bring somebody on in a year or something like that, they would get the training also,
I don't see that it would be.
Okay, thank you. That's all I got. Thank you for a terrific job, Sheriff.
Thank you.
Mr. Hart.
Sheriff, in looking at this, I think this seems completely in line in terms of the 1% and just normal inflation. In fact, it seems a little bit low. I'm saying it's very reasonable. We all know what inflation has been and what it continues to be. That's been especially true in the construction industry. So I think you've got a good bid.
Thank you.
Mr. Jokers.
Thank you, Chairman. Yeah, I think this is a really good job on this, Sheriff. So appreciate that. I just wanted to make a quick comment. A while back we talked about renting at the Stewart Center and how that wasn't optimal at times, but this $2 million project, it's one of those things that we've got to do because we own the property. So we'll have to figure that other conversation out next time, but we try to build another building or something for that we're going to own, we're going to have these costs. I just wanted everybody knows that, but that's what's going on here. Thank you.
Mr. Hart?
No, I was going to say point of order.
Anyone else? Madam Clerk, please take roll.
Kurt Copeland.
Aye.
Adam Motero.
Aye.
Larry Jogers.
Aye.
Brooke Deininger.
Aye.
Scott Helms.
Aye.
Jackie DeMeester.
Aye.
Nicole Baker.
Aye.
Steve Fripp.
Yes.
Brian Brandt.
Aye.
Tim Whalen.
Yes, ma'am.
Ronnie Bush.
Aye.
Samuel Newton.
Aye.
Luann Hayes.
Aye.
William Hadley.
Yes.
Jim Hart.
Yes, ma'am. I like to do that well.
15A. 1 nay. Motion carries.
All right, very good. Any other information on your committee, Mr. Copeland?
Yes, there's 2 deputies now in the crime suppression unit, and they were responsible for the high-speed stops in Stephenson County last month. The body cameras are in use now at the Sheriff's Department. And I just add on to your recognition of Law Enforcement Month. I also believe that the families of the officers need to be recognized and that they also contend with the stress involved in their job, involved in precarious and uncertain situations. And as a former officer for the Freeport Police Department, I appreciate the job that they do every day.
Thank you, Mr. Copeland. We will move on to administration. Mr. Jogers, no action items, but any information?
Just a couple comments. I was going to talk about the county board upgrade, because you guys beat me to it, which is awesome. IT manager has also been really busy at the health department with some office meetings going on over there. And then another note I had, I thought the treasurer's been doing a great job reinvesting some short-term investments. And then she also noted that they're on the home stretch for the annual audit. So those people that report to the committee, I think they're doing a great job. So thank you, Chairman.
All right, thank you. Mr. Bush, Court Services, you have 2 action items, I believe.
Yes, we have one with agreement with consensus. I might not be pronouncing it right, but it's more of an updating of the order of protection plan, which is going to cost $3,200 annually, which the circuit clerk had that in her document storage account, so I so move.
All right, is there a second? Second by Mr. Brandt. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
1 opposition, motion carries. Mr. Bush, your next item, please.
The ones with the printer and copy machine and the state's attorney office going to a lease agreement, which is where's it at? For 60 months, for $264.94, and I so move.
All right, is there a second to Mr. Bush's motion? Mr. Hart, any discussion, Mr. Hart?
Oh, no, just second, I'm sorry.
No problem. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Bush, any other information out of your committee?
No more than Ms. Helm, she was there to explain that she was able to find that there were some fees that was the probation department was accumulating that she could be able to use. So the probation department had requesting of getting a new vehicle. So with the money that she found, now she could be able to buy a new vehicle with that fund. Anything else that comes, she'd be able to tap into that. So that's it.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bush. Mrs. Baker, Nursing Center, you have one action item.
Yep, approval of bad debt write-off for quarter 1, 2024, and $13,340.09. I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
By Mr. Hart. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
One opposition, motion carries. Any other information on your committee?
Yep. Today marks 53 residents, so we have a census of 53. We have the rooftop RFP posted, so we hope to have bids come in June. I did attend the Illinois Associations of County Board Members yesterday in Springfield. They had the committee meeting on building a committee with nursing centers. It was very good to see all the other representatives from counties that have county-owned nursing homes. So it was good to see that, and they did decide to bid it, or to combine it and have that committee. That will come after session is out, as Kelly is very busy with session. So once that comes out, or whenever they come out of session, they will put a committee together.
All right, very good. Thank you for attending that. Appreciate that. All right, we will move on to planning and development. I'm sorry, we'll go back to Mr. Wayland.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Chairman, I just want to add one item from Nursing Center that we discussed, which was the outstanding AR, which is still over $1.2 million. And we discussed that. Mr. Filippo had some good data on the write-offs that we did. And I asked him, as going forward, anything over 4 months, we're going to start digging into more heartily to see if we can figure out why we're not receiving those funds in a more timely manner and try to reduce that revenue cycle substantially, because we've got to get that thing to cash flow better than it has. Anyway, I also wanted to say, we discussed the administrator position and the person we have in there now, and the fact that they're doing very well. And I think we've been pretty happy with the results we're getting. I mean, the census is up to 53, which is an additional, from where we were at the start of the year, which you took over, another $130,000 of income. So I just wanted to clarify that for the whole board, that we're doing a good job. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Whalen. We'll move on to planning and development. Mr. Frick, no action items, but do you have the information?
No action items. Thank you for the time on the Millrace Crossing. We're looking forward to that being something that we can build on in the future. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to that sale being something that we can build on in the future. Administrator Newcomer and I attended rural broadband development with a discussion with R1 today. It was kind of a low-key event, kind of just getting things started, but it is looking at rural areas in Stephenson County because the Freeport area is pretty well covered with rural broadband and fiber. So we're looking at some ways that maybe down the road we can find those dollars to improve that in our county. That's all I have at this time.
Thank you both for attending that today. I appreciate that. We will now move on to Public Works. Mr. Brandt, no action items. Any information?
Nothing at this time.
All right, thank you very much. We'll move on to public comments. Is there anyone that would like to speak? Seeing none, we'll move on to new business. Is there any new business anyone would like? Mr. Newton.
Not really new business, but information, Chairman. On Monday, we will be having a UCCI meeting covering two topics of interest. One is more administrative, and it's for paid leave for all workers. That'll be taught or talked about the Deputy General. I just lost my and the other one will be for there's a good train of thought there. Well, there's two subjects, so there's nothing like going down, but there'll be two great things there to this weekend, Monday. I don't know if there's any more going, but I just wanted to put that out there.
You're attending, correct?
Yeah, we'll be attending
Okay, sure.
both executive session and regular session.
Great, we'll look forward to hearing about it in June. Thank you very much. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Make motion.
By Ms. Hayes, is there a second? By Mrs. Deininger. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, everyone.